the more I started surfing, I found it really fun, but I more just enjoyed being in the ocean. And there was like a sense of clarity when you're in the ocean. You can like relax a bit more, I feel, than you can do on land. Being in Scotland, it's such like a beautiful landscape as well, so even if you go and the waves aren't very good, you're still in like a beautiful place and you're at the beach, so you're going to enjoy it.
I was walking on the beach and I seen two wild swimmers coming out. And I said, do you know that there's a sewage outfall there? And you've been swimming next to it. And he wouldn't believe it. He just said, no, they wouldn't allow that to happen. From what I can see, the wild swimmers, they do not believe that this government would allow this to happen. They think they're being protected. I got involved in the water industry with two major companies down south. One was in the northwest, another one was in the Thames. And the one with Thames, I actually got involved in their asset management program, and I worked on the sewage pumping stations and the sewage works. And I visited 365 sewage pumping stations in 3 months, and I had to write a report on each one of them. I was involved in the design aspects and the necessary upgrades to make sewage works compatible with EU regulations in the 80s. And all I can see is when I've come up here, yes, the least said about it, the better. It's just, it doesn't meet the standards that I would have expected.
I'd just seen the Wave project online, so I came down and started volunteering with Alison, and I was kind of just like blown away about how much fun it was and to see like the change it had with the kids.
We're a mental health charity for children. We bring children to the beach that are facing challenges, and it can be any challenge in their life. Anybody that needs us, we want to be there for. So, for example, we've had children come to us who have maybe lost a parent, or they've been unwell themselves, they're having a tough time at school. We don't have any strict criteria, just anybody that needs our help to boost their self-esteem and well-being.
There's so many mental health problems amongst young people. Waiting lists to see child and adult mental health services, they're really long. CAMs are turning away a quarter of the kids that get referred, and the kids that get referred are normally just the ones that really need the intervention.
Well, I love coming every day and being able to enjoy the games that we play in the sea.
I really value getting outdoors time, going to the beach especially, being around the ocean.
When you catch a good wave and you feel really confident after that, and then you feel better about yourself and you feel more positive about life.
On the 10th of May 2018, I was walking past this outfall in Aberlady Bay, and I seen 4 tampons sitting on top of this concretion at this combined sewage overflow. When I seen this debris, and I realised there had been no rainfall for goodness knows how long prior to that, I realised that the debris came from an overloaded system. So that really got me interested, and I knew there was something wrong, and I decided to take it from there. The works itself is a sink, If you put too much water into the sink for it to drain away, it won't drain out. And eventually it'll reach the top and it spills. And that's exactly what's happening. At peak hour, peak time in this area, everybody has a shower, various other aspects, and they all flush this stuff down the same pipework at the same time, and it gets to the works, and the works says, I can't handle that. So all that happens is just overspills, and it overspills directly into the firth. No treatment, undiluted. It's authorised for that to happen, but only if there's an excessive amount of rain. And the rainfall has to be heavy. Here, it's operating when it's considerably less. In fact, it's operating when it's dry weather.
A lot of our sewer system is still the Victorian system that has just been kind of built on and built on. But as we're seeing climate change and increased rainfall, as we're seeing more people using products like wet wipes and flushing them and causing these blockages, what we're seeing on the beach is more and more of this sewage-related debris turning up as well.
So we've got 3 kilos in this one and 4 kilos in this one. We are consistently well over 400, 500 wet wipes every single time I come here. So I could come back next week and we'd find another 600, and so the story goes on.
If you're finding wet wipes and other items that look like they've come from a sewer system, there's going to be other things in the water there that are going to potentially make you sick.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, cheers for pushing it back slightly.
I wanted to speak to someone who's been negatively affected by sewage pollution to clearly show how this problem is affecting the people who use the water on a regular basis.
Yeah, so it's October 2021, so literally for 15, 20 minutes. The next day, I started to develop an ear infection, and then maybe another day after that, I woke up in the middle of the night and the right side of my face was completely paralysed, so I couldn't blink, couldn't move my nose, this side of my mouth, so it looked like I had a stroke.
There was a few spots that I got sick. This one was like the most drastic.
So whatever you do, be careful surfing or swimming out around Edinburgh.
Maybe after an hour in the water, I had to come back in again because I was throwing up. It was like instantaneous. It was crazy. We're a developed country. We should be able to handle this kind of thing.
See where the sandbank is? Can you see that sandbank? Just on the other side of that is where the outfall is from the works. And people swim there and they have no idea. I've spoke to them and their attitude is, well, they're talking rubbish. Otherwise, we wouldn't be allowed to swim here. From what I've seen, they do not believe that this government would allow this to happen. They think they're being protected. And that's made me even more incensed about it. There's an East Lothian development plan, which was initiated about 2012. Eventually it became a legal document in 2016-17. And in that, they said that there has to be 470 houses in this catchment area. That's scheduled. When Curran got permission to go ahead with the first development, Scottish Water said, we cannot accommodate your 49-house development. We don't have the hydraulic capacity. And from that time on, there should have been no more houses connected to the works. Scottish Water came back to the Community Council and said, we've initiated a project to overcome this problem. The next thing is I got an email back saying that the operational maintenance is to have sludge tankers visit the site more frequently, remove the sludge more frequently. And I said, that makes absolutely no difference to hydraulic capacity. End of story. So the problem still exists. The fact is, we've got this problem in 2016, which exists, and they know it exists. And they're now adding 460 houses onto that. As of June 2022, there have been roughly 350 houses that have actually been completed. There are a further 150 that are in the process of being built. And my feelings are that they should not be occupied, because to do so is exacerbating Scottish Water's breach of their discharge licence. That's, to me, is logical. I know for a fact, I've seen it, if this had been happening down south, there would have been court cases. Today, what is happening We have finally got a meeting. There are 2 representatives from SEPA and 2 representatives from Scottish Water. And I know damn fine that there's no way they can resolve it. Scottish Water and SEPA have to admit there's a problem. If they do admit there's a problem, then the shit will hit the fan, because they will have to justify why they've built 500 houses in this area. If I worked for Scottish Water or SEPA, I'd be on a sickie today. Was it satisfactory? It was exactly what I said. And SEPA did not turn up. The whole objective of the exercise was that SEPA should turn up, and they didn't. They didn't even apologise, they just didn't turn up. And at that point I thought, this is a complete waste of time, this meeting, because it all revolves around SEPA. SEPA's in action. SEPA are the regulators, they control Scottish Water, they issue discharge licences. All they've done is put off making a decision, because Scottish Water are effectively saying, we're operating within our rules. And in the meantime, there's 150 houses going to be connected up over this period of time. My feelings are, I can express this, I guess, it would have been political suicide career-wise for any individual from Scottish Water to make any statement other than we think we're operating within the law.
We are outside in the beach and the fresh air. We have such impact and are making such a difference to young people's lives. And if we weren't able to do that, it would be a real loss.
For a lot of the kids, if they're really anxious before coming, there needs to be like a set plan, and they need to know it's safe. One of the main reasons that Wave Project works is that it's a safe space.
Regarding the pollution at Aberlady Bay, that'd be good to speak to somebody for the community council and we get a comment from them. If you get this message, please give me a call back. Thank you.
That's the Courier, it's a local newspaper. I went to the Courier to begin with to give them the story. They asked Scottish Water and SEPA what's going on here, and Scottish Water came up with the usual rubbish. And we've got the we can do this, it was not a problem. So it then was dropped. Now they've got the story. So listen to it. Right.